Hi everyone, it's Shannon, aka QB Crossing, and today we are back with another Dream Island tour, and I'm really excited to share this one with you guys because it is a mix of structured and natural, which is my favorite, and it is a overgrown garden core island, and I've been loving the garden core islands lately. This one has a lot of that meadowcore aesthetic that I love so much. Everything that this creator posts is so beautiful, and I'm always so excited when I see that they've posted a new area of their island, so I'm really honored that we have a chance to tour today. If you guys enjoy aesthetic island tours like this, please be sure to like and subscribe, but let's just get right into it. So the first thing that I like to do when I get to an island is just open up my map. I love to see how they've laid out everything and just how the terraforming looks. This looks stunning already. I love how spread out everything is. I personally love to do this too because it gives me more to decorate with around my island. So I am really excited to see how all these villager houses look, how all of this waterscaping looks as we're just kind of exploring around the island. The dream address is down below as well, so you could grab it there or you can take it in the description later. But we have 2 reps here, and then we have lots of cuties. I honestly, at one point or another, have I think had most of these villagers on my islands or one of them before. So I like all of these villagers and I can't wait to see how their houses look. So right off the bat, look at how beautiful this is already. I'm gonna open up the camera app like I always do because it just gives us such a good idea of what to expect for the rest of the island. I'm loving all this pathing that's coming through. I'm actually using a lot of these codes on my own island, so this will be really good inspiration for me as well as I finish up the last few areas on my island of Magari. I really love the way that she creates these little spaces, like the storefronts over here with a little table. And I'm a big fan of using these cutout standees with the fencing, just such a nice way to break up some of your space. And these little garden bunnies have been my new favorite item, so I'm excited to see them right at the entrance. I love this too, this really natural waterscaping. I always forget to add in little ponds all around my island, but I think it's a really fun way to just, I don't know, fill in space, but also add some depth. Look at the 2 decoy ducks. Oh my gosh, I've never thought to put them facing each other like that, and I am now in love. I just keep wanting to open up my camera because look at how pretty this terraforming is. With the incline over to the left here, and then we have, I think this is Daisy's house over here. How cute. We have a little strawberry farm, which I love to use these little pansies and just run through them to create a strawberry farm. The nice thing about saving your dream address is that they'll stay like that. You don't have to worry about them growing back. And she has a little place to just eat over here. I'm gonna just zoom in so we could see some of the details, but really just so much beauty in this, like the curation of the items that she's using. I love all of this so much, and we've barely stepped foot off of the entrance, so I know that there's a lot to come here with this island. Also, this is one of my favorite customizations of the bunny. Let's just zoom into him quick because how cute. I love this one, and I love the brown one as well. So I need to just stock up on more of those garden bunnies so I could spam them throughout my island. Also, adding in a little shed right by some of the houses is a great idea as you're decorating your islands because you can just go to it, grab anything that you need from storage, plus it kind of looks good as decoration. Also, she's made the flower bed look really good, and that's something I've yet to really just figure out a spot for on my island, but definitely really inspiring to see it here. Okay, I absolutely love this. So we have a little meadow over here with a picnic area to the left, and then we have 2 of those garden wagons with the little tracks underneath. I think that this is such a fun way to design a garden and all the little detail within here, like the bunnies everywhere, that one little pumpkin. And again, like I said, I love using that vertical board fencing with these cutout standees. Honestly, just looks so good. And seeing this little Zen bridge in the background also totally just makes the composition. As we just kind of pan up here, I love to do this when I see a really pretty diagonal bridge or a little cute area on the island just to get another view. And I don't even know. I am at a loss for words already with everything here. And I'm seeing that little diagonal or diamond rug, and I kind of forgot about these codes, but they're such a fun way to create a picnic area, and it's so much more interesting than just a regular picnic blanket. So super cute there, using a lot of those new items as well. And also just want to note how easy it is to get around this island. There's so much little pathing throughout that just makes it really fun to kind of loop around, but you never feel like you're stuck, which is really important to me as I'm touring islands. I also really like this little farm over here, and we have, I always forget what this is, but that little flower case. I've been wanting to use that on my island as well. Let's see. Oh, is this her river mouth over here? Such a good way of decorating the river mouth. If you're struggling to do a little natural terraforming, I would honestly recommend doing something like this and just having it kind of flow within the rest of the island. You could see that there's a waterfall over to the right, so you don't have to worry about continuing that river all throughout the island, but it still feels really natural. And we have a little brunch setup over here. And I think that the key to these little like boho brunch areas is to have as many different seating options as possible. So you can see here that we have like the round pillow, we have some different cushions, we have the piano bench, and then just really cute items on top of those. I think that's a Zen low table that you can customize like that. So good inspo there as well. I think, oh no, did I get myself stuck? Here we go. So I'm going to jump over here, and it's just the beauty within all of these transition areas as well. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to spend so much time on transition areas, but that is what really makes your island, and that attention to detail all throughout your island is really important. So love this. Looks like Coco has a little carrot farm over here. I think this is Coco's house, but I'm just like kind of wanting to take pictures everywhere I go here, because right now what I'm working on my island is a lot of filler areas, and I'm just getting so much inspiration by the little items that she places all throughout in these smaller areas. Like even this shell fountain I wouldn't have thought to use, but it looks really, really good. And then we have a tomato farm over here, and the socks on the floor. Such a nice touch. I think some of the best items to use for dropped items are the socks, mushrooms, also using the pine cones and acorns, but the socks is a great idea, and they just add a little bit of white and brighten up the space, which looks really nice. And look how cute this is. Okay, I love the mixture of the wheat fields with that vertical board fence behind and then the scooter in front. That is just a vision. This is so good. And the two storefronts just kind of placed next to each other, make it look like a little shed or another building, which is really nice. Also, all the cliff detail throughout, I am just in awe, and I kind of want to make some more cliffs on my island with some water terraforming just because I'm inspired from this. Again, little detail everywhere. You can probably spend hours on this island and just keep seeing something new every time you kind of explore. But look at this. I'm a sucker for a good campsite, especially when people incorporate the kids' tents near the campsite. It just adds such a nice extension to your campsite area, and it just makes sense. Like, who wouldn't want a larger campsite and just some smaller tents to stay in? And this little table over here with the pie. Oh my gosh, is that a flower on top of it? Oops, I've never seen that pie before. There's still so many items in game that I'm like, I don't know how, but I still have not seen it yet, which is a good feeling. It's better than feeling like I've seen every single item and nothing is new to me anymore. So she kept Nooks in its, I think this is the first stage of Nooks, and this is my favorite variation of Nooks because we have just so much detail along with the building. You have the little kind of like log stakes over to the side and the mop. It just feels very like garden shed, and I definitely think that's what we're getting over here, like a little bit of a plant shop. And we have that truck as well that's also customized with a really nice plant code on it. Such a good idea for your plants, not your plants, for Nooks. Super cute. And then this actually leads over to the peninsula. Okay, this is great inspiration for a tiny peninsula. I actually think I may have been inspired by Sophia when I saw this, but using the tracks up to the little beekeeper's hive looks great. And then we have this really just precious seating area with the tree and then some of those wheat fields behind. I also like that she's mixing in different color wheat fields just to break it up a little bit. It looks really, really nice. And I once again have not thought about doing that. Such a nice extension to Nooks over here to have that peninsula. And then again, like this over here is exactly what I was saying about adding in these little lakes or ponds on your island. Look how pretty that looks to just have two of them facing each other and then just really carve out this pathway to walk through. We have another villager house over here, and this is Lolly's house. I really like the coloring on Lolly's house, and I think that this just, okay, yeah, so this is where like resident services is. So if you go over to the right, you're already getting one of these little villager houses, and everything feels very nested in with all these cliffs around and so many cute little picnic and seating areas. Okay, wait, I love this view right here. I have to open up the camera app again because that just, look how pretty that is to see the little fencing and the cutout standees leading you to this kind of like hidden forest pathway. This is honestly, sometimes it's these little details like this that are my favorite parts of islands. And I didn't want to forget the retro bus stop is super cute and it just really gives that overgrown vibe that I know she was going for. So over here, it looks like we have a little bit of a art shop, or this feels like kind of thrifty in a way. And okay, yes, it is leading towards the museum, which once again, she kept in the tent, which really just fits the overall aesthetic of this island. We even have a little bit of a research area for Blathers. Let's see if I could get back there, but a little place for him to just do some work, do his studies. And this kind of reflects what it looks like inside of the tent, which is a super cute little nod to the game design. And over here, again, these little pathways just making everything very accessible, and the art just makes a lot of sense right over here by the museum as well. So let's go up here. Let's see what's going on to the right. Okay, just so much inspiration here. Again, with these little ways that she's filling up the sides of the pathing. It's just so beautifully decorated. Let's see, we have another little pond over here, which I love. I think I've mentioned it like 3 times already, but I do really, really like the waterscaping, the little storefronts we have over here. And I believe that this is a little diagonal cosmos farm, which also inspired a recent build of mine. I just loved this idea. I see a lot of these diagonal farms, and I love that she chose to do it with flowers. It gives it that Meadowcore vibe, especially if you don't want to add in any more crops. This is a really fun way, or another take on a diagonal farm. And to create this diagonal here with the dirt code, you just have to use the top right corner or the top left corner and the bottom right corner of that dirt path, and just play around with it. It always comes out really nice, and she's just covered up the edges where there might be a kind of hard line, but so pretty. This was one of my favorite builds that I saw, and I just loved the simplicity and beauty of this. Okay, back here, I love, again, seeing these Zen bridges in the background. It just really adds, I think there's something about the Zen bridge or any of the bridges that have that arch, like the stone bridge as well. They always look so nice, especially in the background of photos. So I'm liking that that was her choice of bridge throughout this island. I think on my island, I'm using almost every type of bridge. I don't know how, but it just ended up that way. And again, we have that fencing all towards the back, which just really closes out the space, which is nice. I think we could go through this way. Okay, super cute. This is, once again, we have some more little farmy elements, but everything's really sticking within this color palette of the greens and the whites. And also, we have a lot of color coming throughout as well. So it's not just green and white, but that's definitely the main color palette of this island. And then we have some little pops of color throughout. And I just don't want to look over how many cute little seating areas there are, because seating areas actually take, at least for me, it takes a while to get the right curation of items. So really just appreciate that. Oh no, how do I get throughout here? maybe this is blocked off. Oh no, okay. I think I see. So we can come wrap around through this way. And how pretty is this? I actually did something similar to have a little backwards incline leading to my secret beach and the yacht over on the beach with that rope fencing and then the fish barrels or the containers. Such a fun way to treat your secret beach as a little fishing dock, and the fact that we have this little like bus station over here as well, and all of the little details. Like I said, I say this a lot, but it is the little details that really get me on these islands. So coming up and through the back this way, I just want to check out what's going on over here up towards the front of the island. So again, really liking the way that we're using these little fences just to kind of break apart areas and transition you. It's a really good way to transition from space to space. And all throughout, like I've said, just the detail is really, really stunning. So, okay. We have another villager house over here, and I love this. I love the overgrown feel of this. Even in the very back over there, I can see some bubbles in the distance. So it's just it's these little moments on the island that really just show how much work a creator has put into their island. I always super appreciate that. This little hat, oh my gosh, it's me. So cute. And we have a little bridge just separating these two right here. This is always a really fun way to set up a neighborhood by creating a little waterway in between them and a bridge just going between the two. This is so beautiful, and it just has all of those like classic cottagecore vibes. We even have these little scattered papers on the floor. And another villager house over here. So pretty. It's just the perfect amount of overgrown, has the perfect amount of pathing, and even look at this detail over here. Stunning, absolutely stunning to see the way that she's terraformed even on this tiny bit of cliff over here. I've actually been trying to see how people decorate their top levels of cliffs because I've been in need of some inspiration just for that second or third layer of cliff that there's not really anything on. It's just for background filler. So I'll be on the lookout for that as we go through too. And down here, okay, this is right to the left of resident services. We have Abel's, and how sweet. This is so precious with the clothes outside, the ironing board, the clotheslines. And look, okay, this is what I was talking about before of seeing the Zen bridges in the background. That is such a view. That is such a pretty view here. The difference between the brick and then the dirt pathing looks great as well. And this little tiny like plank with the rug on it also looks great. And look at this. Okay, I love a double bridge moment, and we're definitely getting that here. There's even some detail on that little piece of land over there, and it looks like we're using the curtains in front of the storefronts. Super cool. I'll see if I could get us over there in just a minute, but I want to make sure that I don't miss anything down here. Were we over here before? I think so, yes. Okay, just like to kind of reorient myself, make sure I didn't miss anything as we're going through. I'm going to see, okay, I can't get through over this way. Okay, maybe we'll have to wrap around over there if we want to go see that little piece of land. We have another villager house over here, and I really just want to point out how nice it is to really spread out these villager houses, give them each their own space for a yard. It's really, to me, I love to do that. I think it's really important to decorate for each villager and just have that space on your island to get creative with each of their houses. If you're going for a more spread out theme, obviously if you have a more city theme and it's just not in the cards for you to have really spread out houses, that's beautiful too. But for a theme like this, I think it definitely makes sense. There's probably a way to get over there, but I'll probably spend 5 minutes running in circles trying to get up there. So I think we'll just continue on since we already got a view of it. So let's see, if we go back here, we took a look over here at some of this detail already, but I know that there was some stuff back here that we didn't quite see yet. So I'm just going to make sure that we get up on this next level kind of go around here. I don't think we saw this yet. So this, look at how pretty that is to see the incline in the background as well. We have another villager house over here. The Moroccan Sofa looks so nice with this. Speaking of these individual villager houses, I love that they all kind of have their own color palette that they're working with. Definitely just adds a little bit of fun and spice when you're decorating your villager houses. So I think it's totally fine to play around with some color on your island. Let's see. Can I get over here? I think what I do have is a vaulting pole. So I'm gonna just get over here. Lovely. I'm not sure if this was the way I was supposed to go, but oh, this probably isn't the way because I'm assuming I can't get through over here. Let me see. Let's check out the map because Sophia did tell me that it's a little bit tricky to get to her resident rep's house. Okay, so we can do this. She said it is possible to get over there, but you have to vault in the right spot. Got it. Okay, amazing. So here we are at her house and she's actually over here. Should we say hello? Okay, welcome. She's so cute. And this is just, again, all of the cottagecore, meadowcore dreams. I'll open up the camera app so we could just get a wider view of the house area. So pretty. We have that little covered table over there. And then look at all the waterscaping on each side. This is one of those effortlessly beautiful islands. Obviously, a lot of effort went into it, but if you know what I mean by when you go to an island and it feels very effortless, like just beautiful. And I felt this way about a few different islands that I've been to, but I've come to that term of just like this effortless beauty. And I feel like it means when someone they just have an eye for designing and everything that they touch just turns to gold, that it feels like effortless. I know that this might sound a little bit confusing, but believe me, it makes sense in my head. So let's see, there was a specific way that we got over here. Got it. That wasn't too hard. I love that Sophia did warn me, like it is a little tricky to get over there, and I'm glad she did because I probably wouldn't have even realized it was over there if she didn't tell me. Okay, so I missed this little area to the left over here by the airport. We have this little incline and the second rep's house. This looks so pretty. It looks like this is the little bakery over here, and I love the brown exterior. I love the little kitchen being used outside and all of the brown furniture. Just really gorgeous. And this little piano over here with the storefronts again back there as well. Such a pretty little cliff. I'll just kind of do another little run through, but I really love the color palette of that. If we go down below here, there is also a little lake area that I saw. I guess I missed it before because I got distracted by how pretty that little pathway was. But if you head back here, it's a little bit hidden, but it's so worth it. We have a little fishing area. I absolutely adore creating little lakes and having a little kind of dock that you can sit on, go fishing, and just decorate that way with some of those nice fishing items. And I'll just give us another view here as well. So pretty. I'll just make sure that we didn't miss anything right back here either. But I think we've seen most of this because this is where this little double bridge was. Wonderful. And yes, we had seen this house before as well. I just really, once again, adore this island. I hope that you all enjoyed this tour as much as I did. Thank you so much, Sophia, for letting us tour and sharing your island with the community. Here we are back at Resident Services. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!